security efforts in Cleveland, just days from the Republican National Convention. Fox News' Peter Ducey is live this morning in Cleveland with the very latest. Peter, good morning to you.
Good morning, Maria. We know that by Monday, there will be about 3,000 total law enforcement agents here trying to make sure that the convention and all the proceedings are safe. And everywhere that you go within the 1.7 square mile event zone where there are going to be serious restrictions, you see stuff like this. This is some heavy duty fencing that you only see at national security special events. And it is starting to go up. It is starting to affect traffic. Something else that we've seen dropped off throughout town on street corners is concrete barricades, which are something obviously they had planned to bring here, but that is the sort of a barricade that will prevent, in theory, the kind of truck attack that we saw last night in Nice. Now, as authorities here rush to make sure that they can stop something in Nice, which may not have been at the top of something like what happened in Nice, which may not have been at the top of their list of concerns. Back in D.C., the FBI Director James Comey and the DHS Secretary Jay Johnson reminded us that they're not just worried about Islamic terrorists threatening Cleveland, they're also worried about dangerous protests escalating, anti-police protests escalating to the point of violence. They're ready to arrest up to 1,000 people at a time. They're going to have the courts working with extra judges, extra hours every day. So that's all happening right here. Time is running out to the start of the convention. And because of the sensitivity of what happened in France, we will not know who Donald Trump's vice presidential nominee is, at least not. We won't hear it from Trump himself until at least tomorrow. He mentioned at a closed-door fundraiser yesterday that he plans to announce his pick, whoever it is. But the presumed pick, according to Indianapolis news outlets, Indiana Governor Mike Pence is apparently still in New York City, where he was for a scheduled 11 o'clock a.m. press conference with the candidate, Donald Trump. That has been pushed off until at least tomorrow, maybe longer. Maria?
All right, Peter, thanks very much. Peter Ducey with the latest there. Interesting developments last night with Donald Trump saying that he is going to postpone Dagon. Your thoughts on that?
The news cycle, unfortunately, and I'm not making light of the terror attacks in Nice, of course, but you don't want to make a big announcement over a weekend because it doesn't get, well, you know what? He should just come on. He should just come on Sunday Morning Futures and do it.
But this weekend is the convention.
Right. But the fact that, I mean, he seemed to indicate, well, I'm not 100% haven't made up my mind. I just thought that was his ingenious way of keeping people interested in the announcement.
Exactly. And I thought it really was smart of him to say, look, because this is an elegant thing. I mean, I'm not going to make this announcement now in the face of terror. And then inserting himself right now as the voice of what's going on. He was on all the shows last night.
They made the announcement very quickly, I thought,
yeah, they
in terms
did.
of calling off this announcement. And again, it just shows that his brain and his heart are in the right place.
He did what a commander-in-chief should do.
Yeah.
He took the priority regarding the safety of this nation and placed that in front of politics.
Yeah. Jonathan.
Well, I hope that he's serious about that. I recall Donald Trump's response to, for example, the cartoonist attack here in Garland, Texas, where he essentially blamed the cartoonist, or even, Maria, the Charlie Hebdo attack, where Donald Trump's response was questioning France's gun laws. Obviously, in this horrific situation, there wouldn't be any opportunity with someone able to fight back with a pistol or a firearm. So what we're seeing here, in my opinion, is an intifada. This is a jihad. This is a permanent state of war, not only just against the West, but against all our allies worldwide.
Yeah.
So this is more, Maria, from being a Middle Eastern problem to a first world problem of which we have no response.
And one point we need to make, Maria, if the Republican National Convention and the Democratic National Convention are targets of ISIS, it'll be a defining moment for this country on how we respond and fight the war on terror.
It sure will. France is extending its state of the emergency right now, declaring a 3-day mourning period in the wake of this deadly attack in Nice. We're following all the details. We'll take you back there next. Stay with us.